Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 27th of October 2023. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover a mapping topic and then we are going to cover some editorial topics from the newspaper and some other important topics. Along with this, we have included some questions for discussion, right? And we have included multiple map related topics in today's analysis so that all the regions that are in news, they become let's say easy for you to understand. So with this, let us quickly see the list of articles that we are going to cover, right? So these are the list of articles that we will discuss today, right? So there we are going to look into tiger reserves in India. It will be a mapping topic. Apart from this, we are going to look into other topics also. So these topics along with their relevance according to the syllabus is mentioned and their page number is also mentioned. So with this, now let us first talk about the first mapping topic. So this topic says tiger reserves in India. Now the question arises, why we are discussing tiger reserves in India today, right? Why we are discussing? Because one of the tiger reserve is in news today. This is Annamalai Tiger Reserve. Annamalai Tiger Reserve is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so this is in the state of Tamil Nadu. So along with Annamalai Tiger Reserve, there are many other tiger reserves also in the same state, which is, let's say, Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, Annamalai Tiger Reserve. Then we have Parambikum Tiger Reserve. So Parambikum is in Kerala, I think, right? We have this Sri Villiputhur Tiger Reserve, and then we have KMTR Tiger Reserve. I mean, this is also a kind of big name. So it is also in the state of Tamil Nadu. So these are some of the tiger reserves that are there in the state of Tamil Nadu. But apart from Tamil Nadu, whichever state you want to locate some tiger reserves, you can identify through this map. Okay. So some of the tiger reserves remain in news. For example, if I talk about Manas Tiger Reserve, this Manas is located in the state of Assam. Okay, it is in news. Then Corbett Tiger Reserve, it is one of the most famous tiger reserve that remains in news. Corbett and Rajaji, they are located in the state of Uttarakhand. Okay, they are located in the state of Uttarakhand. Apart from this, some tiger reserves from the state of Karnataka also remain in news. So this is the, let's say so we will locate these tiger reserves from the state of Karnataka. For example, Nagarhole Tiger Reserve. Then we have Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve. It's also in Karnataka. Then we have Bandipur Tiger Reserve. That's the thing. Okay. And we have this Dandeli, Anshi and Bhadra. These are tiger reserves in the state of Karnataka. Similarly, in your free time, you can see some of the tiger reserves that you want to locate through this map, right? You can download this PDF from the description of YouTube video. You can keep it with you and you can revise it, let's say once in a while. That will help you to locate the tiger reserves. It is important that we should know the location of tiger reserves. So for that purpose, we have included this. So with this, we are going to cover the first topic. It says the voice of a Gaza under occupation. This article has been written by former Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari. Okay, former Vice President of India has written this article. So he has been an Indian Foreign Service officer also. So that's why the views that he gives. So these views has relevance in the sense he is a learned man. So we are going to look into this article. So name of the topic is The Voice of a Gaza Under Occupation. Right, the voice of a Gaza under occupation. So when we talk about this topic, so we need to understand where is Gaza located, right? To understand where is Gaza located, let us quickly see the map of Israel. Okay, let's see the map of Israel. So Israel somehow looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. And inside Israel, right, there are two regions. One region is this, other region is somewhere here. This region is known as Gaza Strip, and this region is known as West Bank. And why these two regions are important? These two regions are important because in these two regions Palestinians reside. Okay, who? Palestinians reside. Earlier, the whole of Israel was part of Palestine. Okay, so good evening Vijay Lal, thank you so much for joining. So the whole of this region was part of, let's say, like, part of Palestine, but slowly and gradually the Jewish people came and they started, let's say, acquiring territory. There have been warfares also, and through those warfares the Israeli people, right, the Israeli people, so this is, let's say, Israel. The Israeli people have occupied more territory, and these people, the Palestinian people, have been confined into these two regions. If I talk about West Bank, in West Bank, let's say, like, a Palestinian authority resides. Palestinian authority resides. Okay, so they have Palestinian people and they have a legitimate group, Palestinian Authority. And if we talk about Gaza Strip, if I talk about this particular region, here Palestinian people reside, but an armed group also resides. It is known as Hamas. Okay, so Hamas is an armed group, but Hamas is a radical armed group in the sense, like, they want to take back the territories that were earlier historically part of Palestine, and also they want to take back those territories using forceful measures. And recently Hamas has conducted an attack on Israel. Okay, it has conducted an attack where it has launched about 5,000 missiles within half an hour. It has led to killing of huge number of people. But since then, like, Israeli has, let's say, retaliated, and they have not only launched attack, they have launched much more missiles as compared to Hamas has launched. They have killed much more people in the Gaza Strip. So the thing is, like, the people who are in the Gaza Strip, these people, people who are in the Gaza Strip, so most of these people are Palestinian people, they are civilians. And if I talk about warfare, in international, related to warfare, there are international norms, there are international laws. So one of the norm is in international law is known as the principle of distinction. Okay, it is simply known as principle of distinction. What do we mean by principle of distinction? According to the principle of distinction, the warring parties, let's say, party 1 and party 2. Party 1, let's say it is Palestinian party, and party 2, let's say, Israeli. This is party 2. If they are warring with one another, they have to make it sure that they treat civilians and army people separately. Okay, let's say, civilians and army. So the thing is, war should strictly be fought by the army, between the army, against the army, and against the army settlements only. So civilians should not be involved in the war. So civilians should not be part of casualties. They should not be killed. Okay, this is according to international principles. But recently what has happened, Israel is launching attack regularly. It has also done, let's say, march through land, means, through land they have entered into the border of Gaza, and they have stopped supplies, the vital supplies to Gaza. What they have done is they have stopped vital supplies to Gaza by occupying the borders from all the areas. Okay, so they have stopped vital supplies. They have stopped vital supplies. So that's why many countries in the world are in favor that Palestinians should be given support. support in the sense like, you know, those vital supply must be let's say continued, so that these people receive support so that they can survive over there. Okay, so this is, let's say, one of the thing. Apart from this, like in this article, the I mean, like Mr. Hamid Ansari has talked about many things. What are the things that they have talked about? One of the important thing that he has talked about, like, you know, these people who are in Gaza Strip, right? These people are saying that these people, I mean, like, you know, the Hamas group, Gaza, they have reached, let's say, all doors. They have, let's say, tried to get a two-state solution. Two-state solution means they wanted a legitimate state of Palestine alongside Israel. So they have knocked all the doors. They have went everywhere. However, they were not heard. They were, let's say, not allowed to enter into those things. So this is one thing. So Mr. Hamid Ansari says that that's why, I mean, like, these people are furiated. Which people? The people in Gaza. Okay. So he has mentioned about, let's say, one of the senior leader of Hamas, Moussa Abu Marzouk. Okay. He has talked about him. Then apart from this, what has happened soon after this attack by Hamas? What was the response of Tel Aviv? So when we talk about Tel Aviv is the capital of Israel. Okay, it's the capital of Israel. So what was the response of Tel Aviv? Tel Aviv actually is still marching towards Gaza. It has, let's say, killed many civilians, but the civilians who are being killed, right, these civilians are not against any state. I mean, like, you know, they just want to live peacefully. So it's creating a kind of humanitarian crisis. Okay, it is creating humanitarian crisis. Okay, it's creating humanitarian crisis in that region. So here author says that the attack that was done by Hamas on Israel, it has proved that Israel is not invincible. Means, like, you know, Israeli, I mean, like, they also can be attacked. So, like, you know, so Israelis invincibility has been, let's say, like, you know, questioned. It has been, let's say, like, you know, broken by Hamas. So this is the thing. Apart from this, the author says that this, I mean, like, United States of America, USA is taking a partial, okay, let's say, like, you know, partial measure. Partial measure means it is showing partiality in supporting Israel. Author says it is showing partiality in supporting Israel. So United States of America should make sure that it asks very vital questions to Israel. Okay, very vital questions to Israel. What are those vital questions that he should ask? So that, like, USA should ask. So in this article he has mentioned that, means, like, how long Israel wants to stay inside the Gaza Strip. This is one question. And, like, after, let's say, like, you know, Israel wants to eliminate what? Hamas. But after it eliminates Hamas, let's say, is it going to rule over Gaza Strip or not? I mean, like, is it going to let the people of Gaza Strip to, let's say, survive on their own, to create their own government, or is the Israel is going to occupy that territory? So these are some of the vital questions that USA should ask Israel before extending any further support to Israel. So this is what is said by Hamid Ansari. Okay, so he says there may be merit in the claim from Gaza of a knocking on every door and trying every path for peace, rights and freedom, but to no avail. So one of the leader of Hamas, he has said that they have tried to reach out all the places so that they get support, but they have not received any support from any corner. That's the thing. So it is, let's say, like, it is giving a different perspective on this article. Okay.
So, sir, what can be the role of UN in this situation?
See, the United Nations organization, they have already had multiple resolutions related to Israel. In 1948, there have been resolutions that led to, let's say, signing of Oslo Accords, Oslo Accord 1, Oslo Accord 2, that led to the creation of, let's say, like, you know, temporary government in Palestine. So it was towards two-state solution, but that two-state solution was not accepted by both the parties. I mean, like, both the parties could not come together. That has been the thing. Okay, so means like now United Nations, I mean, like, they want that, like, there should be peace should prevail. Here they have mentioned about United Nations Security Council, means like, UNSC has released innumerable resolution, and they have remained unimplemented. Resolutions have been have been introduced, but like they have remained unimplemented. Why? Because like in UNSC also there is a permanent member, United States of America, that continuously supports Israel. Okay, so that's why some of the things are vetoed there itself. Okay, so no action is being taken. That's the thing. So this is what is mentioned in this article. I mean, like, we need to see, because of, let's say, political unwillingness of USA, no solution is being brought in that region. Okay, so there is a support of US in that regard. So we have a question related to UNSC. It says, consider the following statements regarding United Nations Security Council. The council has 15 members, 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members elected for 2-year terms. Okay, permanent members are 5, non-permanent members are elected for a 2-year term. This is right. Second, any member of the United Nations which is not a member of the Security Council may participate with vote in the discussion of any question brought before the Security Council whenever the latter considers that the interest of that member are especially affected. So they are not allowed. Only those people who are member of the United Nations Security Council, either permanent member or non-permanent member, only they can vote in the UNSC thing. Okay, otherwise other members are part of United Nations General Assembly, so they can raise their voice over there. So only first statement is correct. Option A is right in this question. Okay.
Term is 2 years.
2 years.
Permanent members.
Right. So India has become non-permanent member for 8th time, I think. So that's the thing.
Sir, I think as of now it is not a member.
As of now it is not a member. So that's the thing. Means like we have had 8 terms in this thing, UNSC. Yeah. Now we have another topic. It says the Tamil Nadu experience on caste survey. Okay, Tamil Nadu experience on caste survey. This is a good topic. Okay, this is a good topic. We are going to discuss in detail about this. Okay, so the Tamil Nadu experience on caste survey. Why we are talking about this topic? What is the context? The context is recently a caste survey was conducted. Okay, caste survey was conducted in the state of Bihar. And since this caste survey was conducted in Bihar, it has led to a kind of politicization of caste. And now many states are demanding a caste survey to be conducted. Okay, many states are demanding a caste survey to be conducted. Most of the opposition member parties are demanding a caste survey to be conducted. But as we discussed earlier also, like how the caste thing came and how it was codified. So caste system, right, was a part of Indian subcontinent. In India we have this, I mean, like Varna system. So the Varna system that we had, like we discussed earlier also, the Varna system that we had, according to the Varna system, we had 4 castes. Okay, 4 Varnas. So these are, number 1, Brahmins, second, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So these were the 4 castes that were popular like in ancient time, in ancient India. And so the thing is, these castes were decided based on the occupation that a person was doing. A person like who was Brahmin, who was, let's say, advising the kings, so they were Brahmins. Kshatriyas were the warrior class people. They were the kings, they were the, let's say, like warrior people. And if you talk about Vaishyas, Vaishyas were the business people, traders. and Shudras were the people like who were considered lower caste, and they used to do manual services, they used to give services. That's the thing. So this has been the case of caste system, but the thing is, since India became independent, we wanted to eradicate the caste system, and for that, let's say like government of India has taken multiple measures also. So to eradicate the caste system, we need to identify those people who have been historically subjugated, who have been historically, let's say like not given rights. So we wanted to uplift those people also. We wanted to give them equal status in the society as that of, let's say like upper caste people, or as that of other citizens. And for that, let's say like multiple attempts have been made, and government of India has given extended reservation benefits, okay, reservation benefits to people from lower caste, okay, and these reservation is also known as affirmative action, okay, it is also known as affirmative action in other countries. In India also it is known as affirmative action. Normally it is called as reservation, but the thing is like related to this, there have been multiple politicization. Mandal Commission has been set up by the government, and it let's say like Mandal Commission has identified other backward classes. But the thing is like there were, after the Mandal Commission, government of India has thought that like 27% reservation will be given to the OBCs. But the thing is like reservation related questions has been challenged in the Supreme Court of India, and Supreme Court of India has given a judgment in Indira Sahni case. In Indira Sahni case in 1992, the Supreme Court of India has made it clear that the total reservation that is given, it should not exceed 50%, okay, it should not exceed 50% total reservation. However, later on we have also seen that the central government, okay, the central government has come up with something which is EWS quota, and this EWS, they wanted to give 10% reservation to upper caste people who were economically weaker section, and this 10% was over and above 50%, and this has also been upheld, okay, this has been upheld by the Supreme Court of India, right? It has been challenged and Supreme Court of India has upheld, and Supreme Court of India said that it will not be given to let's say like to those people who are already covered under other like ST, SC, OBC, other classes. It will be given to those people who are not covered in other thing. So they will be given EWS benefit. That's the thing. But here in this article they have talked about the Tamil Nadu related thing. Means like what has happened in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So we are going to discuss about issues related to Tamil Nadu. So in this state of Tamil Nadu also, like let's say like they have conducted census, they have identified people. In this article they have talked about, let's say like backward classes commission that were set up in Tamil Nadu. So they have set up first backward classes commission. BC means backward classes commission, and then they have set up the second backward classes commission. So this second backward classes commission that has been set up, it has been, let's say like in news for a long time because of multiple things, because the chairperson and members, okay, because of chairpersons and members were having divided opinion, okay. So the chairperson of this commission, like in this article they have mentioned about name of that person also, the chairperson, I'll mention his name. Amba Shankar Commission, okay. Chairperson was Amba Shankar, Mr. Amba Shankar. So he was the chairperson. So he demanded that like more reservation should be given to those people who were backward classes. So in the state of Tamil Nadu, there were around 69% people who were from backward classes. Means like backward classes that included all different kind of backward classes. Like there were 67%, but like later on they have extended the reservation to 69%, okay. So this backward classes, they had one thing is like extremely backward classes, they have mentioned those classes. most backward classes, denotified communities, SCs, STs and others. Okay, it classified under main groups such as backward classes, most backward classes, denotified communities, SC, STs and others, like that. So that's the thing. So later on what has happened, I mean, like, you know, Supreme Court of India had already given a judgment that like it should not exceed beyond 50%. But Tamil Nadu government, like, you know, they have given over and above 50% reservation. They have extended it to 67 or 69%. I think like in this article 67 they have mentioned, but in previous articles that I have read it was 69%. So let's say 67% for the time being. So they have given this reservation and then they got it included in the 9th schedule of the Constitution of India. So anything that is included in the 9th schedule of the Constitution of India, it is made immune from the judicial scrutiny, okay, or judicial review. So that's why, I mean, like, it has still survived. So in the state of Tamil Nadu, the reservation is over and above 50% which is given, okay. But the thing is, like, so far what has been the experience is like, although they have more reservation available, but these reservations are not taken by most of the people. I mean, like, they actually need lesser reservation in the state of Tamil Nadu. So in this article they have said that despite they have mentioned about, let's say, like, you know, these commissions, okay, the second backward classes commission and all. So it's a good topic you need to read. I mean, like, Tamil Nadu is a specific case on this. I mean, like, in India, a reservation related thing. Earlier also we discussed many things related to reservation. So we will try to solve a question on this. In this article they have mentioned some articles, Article 15, Article 16 of the Constitution of India. So we'll read this question. It says, Article 15 of the Indian Constitution prohibits discrimination on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. This is right, okay, Article 15(6), it is right. Then they say Article 15 Clause 6, the state has the authority to make any special arrangement for the advancement of any socially and educationally disadvantaged class of citizen, as well as for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes regarding their admission to educational institutions, including private educational institutions. Means, like, they have mentioned the entire article like that. So whether this second is right, so let us see. The state is empowered to make a special provision for the advancement of economically backward classes. Okay, here admission to educational any educationally disadvantaged classes. Okay, so they have mentioned it differently, so that's why they say that statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, that's the thing. So it is not, the thing is, like, it is not under Article 15 Clause 6.
So it is Article 15 Clause 5.
Yeah, 15 Clause 5 for advancement of socio-economic, like that. So that's why, I mean, like, you know, what it says that we need to read Article 15, all the clauses properly, Article 16 also properly, because these are the articles that are connected with reservation.
Yes.
There was a movie also, Article 15, right? There was a movie, I think, I don't know the actor, but like there was a movie, Ayushmann Khurrana. So that also talks about reservation related thing. So it is important that you need to go through Article 15 and 16 properly, so that, like, you remember if a question comes on this, because it is part of fundamental rights. Okay, Article 15 and 16. Now, before we move further, we have a mapping topic we are going to discuss about it, because today there is an article on the same topic. We have earlier also discussed. It is map of Bhutan. Okay, map of Bhutan. So where is Bhutan located? Bhutan is located to the, let's say, eastern portion of India, right? Over here. So this red dotted place that we see, this red dotted place showcases Bhutan. Okay. So Bhutan shares its borders with only two countries, right? On one hand, it shares border with China, and on other hand, it shares border with India, right? So Bhutan is a special neighbor of India. I mean, like, very closely connected with India, and Bhutan has always been supportive of India. But there have been tensions between Bhutan and China related to border issues, right? And one of the region that has been in news is related to Doklam. This Doklam place, right? Doklam is located somewhere here. I mean, like, you know, it is, this Doklam is considered to be a tri-junction. What? It is a tri-junction. This Doklam Plateau shares its borders with India, with China, and with Bhutan also. And India is deeply concerned about, let's say, like any development related to border in Bhutan. Why? Because the northeastern part of India is of special importance, because like over here we have something which is known as Siliguri corridor. Okay, we have Siliguri corridor. So through Siliguri corridor we get connected from the mainland India with the northeastern India, right? So this is considered to be a chicken snack, and this is an area that has been, let's say, like of utmost importance for India. That's why India wants to safeguard this particular region. But Foreign Minister of Bhutan has recently visited China. He has discussed with the Assistant Foreign Minister of China, and it is the 25th meeting so far between Foreign Minister of Bhutan and China. They have not set up any diplomatic relations so far. Okay, they are just like talking with one another to resolve the border disputes. And this meeting that has happened between Bhutan and let's say China is of utmost importance, because like they have decided to set consular relations between them. They have decided to establish diplomatic ties between them, and they have also decided to resolve the border related thing. But should India see it as concern, India should be watchful of this particular development, because like this may affect India's concern also. Why this may affect? Because recently this Bhutan and China, they have agreed that they are going to share the conclaves with one another. They are going to share some of the region. Let's say like Bhutan is going to share some region with China, China is going to share some region with Bhutan. So they are going to make the border leveled. But like whether Bhutan shares the region of Doklam with China, that will be a, let's say like point of concern for us. So in this article they have mentioned about this thing, that like they have set up an expert group, and this expert group let's say like may provide result in August. Okay, they may delineate Bhutanese and Chinese territory for the first time. And Bhutan and China don't have diplomatic ties, as we discussed. So in this article they have talked about this. But like why it is important for India? Because of Siliguri corridor, chicken snack, like that. Okay, so we have, let's say, northeastern states, we get connected through Siliguri corridor, and Doklam standoff has been there between India and China in 2017. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, there have been Doklam standoff also. So the 3-step roadmap initiated in 2021 aims to clearly delineate the Bhutan and Chinese territories, involving discussions at the table, on-site visits, and formal demarcation, like that. Okay, so it is kind of border resolving mechanism between Bhutan and China. But India should be watchful, so that like Bhutan does not take side of China, because it's going to create huge amount of problem for India. That's the thing.
Sir, one thing. Sir, what type of government is there in
Bhutan? King.
Monarchy. And sir, who is the leader right now?
I forgot the name. King of the Bhutan has visited India also earlier. Right.
And sir, what is the relationship of Dalai Lama with the monarchy?
Dalai Lama, actually he is from Tibetan Autonomous Region, and this Tibetan Autonomous Region, they consider their spiritual leader as their political leader also. So Dalai Lama, I mean like he is a spiritual leader, he was part of political leader also. But Chinese authorities, they claim that Tibetan Autonomous Region belongs to China. Since they think that it belongs to China, so like they want to capture Dalai Lama also. So Dalai Lama has taken asylum in India. So like he is in India. Okay, means like he goes from one place to another place, he resides in India, like that. Okay, so Dalai Lama, although he goes to other countries as well, but the thing is he's not let's say like he does not reside in China because of dangers associated with him, and he's a spiritual leader. Okay, China does not face much problems because of him. Okay, but the thing is China does not want to give up the territory. Okay, this has been the thing. And there are other histories also associated with that. We may discuss it at a later point. So let's discuss about this question. It says, consider the following statements regarding India's Siliguri corridor. Okay. Doklam Tri-Junction cuts very close to India's Siliguri corridor, a narrow area that connects the northeastern India to the rest of India. This is right. All land trade between northeast and the rest of the country happens through this corridor. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Land trade. Land trade means trade that happens through land routes. So Siliguri corridor के through ही होता है. मतलब there is no other way of doing thing. ठीक है? So I think C is the right answer in this question. But okay. So let's see, like, you know, where this is Bhutan. We have seen the map of Bhutan. This is the Bhutan, and this is where we have this corridor. This is where we have this Doklam Tri-Junction. What? Doklam Tri-Junction. Where is Siliguri corridor? This is known as Siliguri corridor. Okay, it is known as Siliguri corridor. That's the thing. This passage allows people from mainland India to go to the northeastern India. And then we have, this is Bangladesh. Okay, this is Bangladesh. And Bangladesh is a neighbor of India, and we have good relation with Bangladesh. So like we don't need to be afraid of Bangladesh in any way. So that's the thing. So this is the Doklam thing. So this is Doklam, as we see. This is China, Chumbi Valley. We have discussed earlier also. Yadong. Over here, let's say, like, you know, we have Bhutan. This is India. India means this is Sikkim, right? This is Sikkim, state of Sikkim, and this is Siliguri corridor. Means if we want to connect with northeastern India, we need to connect it through this route. That's the thing. Okay, this is the thing. So having understood this, now let us answer is C to this question. Now let us understand about another topic. This topic we discussed earlier also. King of Bhutan, Jigme Wangchuk, he has written. Vijay Lal, thank you so much, Vijay Lal. Right, Jigme Wangchuk. So that's the thing. So we have ATR panel assesses progress of tiger rewilding project. So what do we mean by ATR? Annamalai Tiger Reserve. Okay, ATR means Annamalai Tiger Reserve. So whereas in this article they have mentioned about Annamalai Tiger Reserve. Basically in this article they have talked about one tiger that has been captured. This tiger was, has been captured in some area, and this tiger, needed some kind of medical help. So after medical help, they want to, let's say, release the tiger in the wild, in the Andamalai Tiger Reserve. So related to that, they have written about who is going to do what. Chief wildlife warden and other people, what they have done. We don't need to go into these stories. What we need to understand is where is Annamalai Tiger Reserve located. So it is located in the state of Tamil Nadu over here. So this is the map of Tamil Nadu, right? So this is where we have Annamalai Tiger Reserve. So this is zoomed in map. It showcases Annamalai Tiger Reserve. It showcases other important places also, Kodaikanal, there are Mudumalai Tiger Reserve, like that. So most of these things are mentioned here. So we just needed to locate this. You need to go through it. And in this article, they have also mentioned about National Tiger Conservation Authority. What is the role of National Tiger Conservation Authority? National Tiger Conservation Authority actually, right, looks after the tiger reintroduction. We do have tiger reintroduction program. We have, let's say, we have many initiatives. Means this is the organization, this is the authority under which tiger protection is done in India, in many tiger reserves and all.
Project Tiger.
Project Tiger is there. So this authority is very important. Okay, that's the thing. So having understood this, now let us move to another topic quickly. And so I have again included the let's say image. This image we had already discussed. So we have, let's say, Annamalai, we have Mudumalai, we have Sri Villiputhur. Bandipur is in Karnataka. Okay, that's the thing.
But sir, it is in news recently.
Bandipur Tiger Reserve. It remains in news. That's the thing. So whenever it will come again, I'll take another map. So like we can remember this, na? So we have another topic. It says Supreme Court allows surrogacy. It strikes down rule banning the use of donor gametes. Okay. So we need to understand something related to surrogacy also. Name of the topic is Supreme Court allows surrogacy. Okay, Supreme Court allows surrogacy. Strikes down rule banning the use of donor gametes. Banning the use of donor gametes. Use of So we need to understand about surrogacy. In India, we do have a Surrogacy Act also. It is known as the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021. Surrogacy Regulation Act of 2021. What do we mean by Surrogacy Regulation Act of 2021? This Surrogacy Regulation Act actually promotes altruistic surrogacy. Okay, it promotes altruistic surrogacy. What do we mean by altruistic surrogacy? It means, let's say there is a couple. Okay, let me make so this is, let's say the white one is the husband, and I'll use another color. Let's say she is the wife. So this is a couple. This couple actually, like, they want to have baby, they want to plan baby, but because of some problems, medical problems maybe, they cannot conceive. The wife cannot conceive, she cannot have a baby. So in that case, what they do, they need another female. Okay, they need another female, and this female is going to bear the baby for this, for this, what we say, couple. Okay, they are going to she is going to bear the baby for this couple, and this person is known as a surrogate mother. Okay, it is known as a surrogate mother. So according to this Surrogacy Regulation Act, this surrogate mother should be there are eligibilities that are put according to this act. Eligibility, that who can be a surrogate mother. They say, like, she should be a close relative. Okay, she should be a close relative of the couple. Close relative, and she should not do it for monetary purposes. Okay, she should do it for altruistic reasons. Okay, for like in an altruistic manner, means she should not charge money, or she should not be given money, she should not do it for monetary benefit only. Maybe related to hospitalization and other expenses may be borne by this couple, but like she should do it for altruistic purpose, only for, let's say, for providing baby to this couple. That's the thing. But what has happened over here, we have talked about altruistic thing, but in this case also, in this, let's say, in this Surrogacy Act, they have mentioned that the gametes, okay, gametes means these are sex cells from the let's say, biological father and biological mother, should be implanted in this ladies, in the womb of these ladies. So they should be, the child should be biologically related to the intended couple. But this particular act also mentions that you should not get the gametes from others. From others. So there was a banning of the use of donor gametes, that donor gametes should not be used. But what will happen if in case there is a woman, right, she does not have gametes. I mean, like, there can be medical conditions that, like, she does not produce gametes, or maybe there are conditions that those girls who are adolescents, they do not go through menstrual cycles. There are issues where naturally some of the girls may not have this thing. So in this article they have talked about a kind of syndrome, and that syndrome is also important for us to understand.
So basically, one of the person is important,
Right, one of the person. In this case, the women is, let's say, like, here in this article they have not mentioned the word important, so they have mentioned Mayor Rokitansky. Okay, it is name. This is also a very Mayor Rokitansky. Okay, Mayor Rokitansky. Custer-Hauser syndrome. Custer-Hauser. Okay. So in short, we can say it to be MRKH. Okay, Mayor Rokitansky Custer-Hauser syndrome. So what is this syndrome? This is a syndrome where the women has an absence of vagina, as something like that. Okay, so which is important for reproduction. Okay, so in this case, like, the case that has reached the Supreme Court of India, the women did not have this particular thing, and she wanted to be a mother. So the thing is, like, she has filed cases in the court. She has challenged one of the provision of this particular act, which is Surrogacy Regulation Act, and Supreme Court of India has decided that, like, in this case, Supreme Court of India has decided, it has struck down that provision of the act. Okay, which provision? So it is mentioned like Rule 14A of the surrogacy rules. Okay, Rule 14A has been struck down by the Supreme Court of India, and Supreme Court of India has allowed surrogacy for this women. Means, like, now they can use donor eggs also for surrogacy. Okay, they can use donor eggs also. That's the thing. So this topic is important. Okay, so in this topic they have discussed about this. There are different types of surrogacy when it was being passed. So this altruistic surrogacy related things has been in news multiple times. Okay, so it says, Supreme Court says amendment cannot contradict Rule 14A, which specifically recognizes the absence of uterus or any allied condition as a medical indication necessitating gestational surrogacy. Okay, maybe uterus is absent, and in many cases, like, some operations may be needed where uterus is removed also from women, right? So that's the thing. So this topic is good. Okay, surrogacy is a very big topic. In detail we can study, and this is another topic. It says 8 former Navy officers get death penalty in Qatar. So the thing is, like, from India there have been many people, they have been Navy officers. Post their retirement, they started serving for a private company. That private company is owned by a retired, let's say, army official or Navy official from Qatar. So that company is owned by a Qatari national, Qatari former officer, and Indian retired people were serving over there. But recently, I mean, like, Qatar government has decided they have to give death penalty to the former naval officials of India. What could be the case? There can be many things. Okay, so although, like, they have not made public, like, for what reason these people are given death penalty. Okay, if it is made public, so government of India may challenge it. Government of India, I mean, like, so, like, we have Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. So according to that, like, we can seek consular access to these people, right? Government of India can seek, but so far much step has not been taken from the government of India, and this has come in news. Now here, like, why these people are, like, like, put to death sentence. I mean, like, they have not been given death sentence, but these people have been given solitary confinement. These people have been kept, let's say, separately from one another, and they have been given death sentences. That's the thing. So what can be the reasons? One of the reason is that people, this is a speculative thing, it is in the news, okay, it's not, let's say, like, you know, like a kind of classified document is not there, it's just in news like thing. They are saying that these people may have been working for raw research and analysis wing, so they might have been getting information from Qatar, and these information may have been shared with the Israeli people also, because there is a kind of a strained relationship between Israel and Qatar, okay. So means Qatar may have been, let's say, like, you know, worrisome that these people may be serving for Mossad, or these people may be serving for RAW, or maybe both the agencies are together, like that, okay. So like these are speculative thing. So it says August 30, 2022, 8 former Indian Navy personnel arrested by Qatari authorities believed to be on charges of espionage. Espionage means spy. एस्पियोनेज मतलब स्पाई करना, ठीक है, मतलब लाइक वो. ट्रायल बिगिंस इन द केस October 1. इंडियन एम्बेसडर टू कतार मीट्स द 8 मैन इन प्रिजन, ठीक है. October 1 में इंडियन एम्बेसडर ने कतार के इन सारे लोगों से मिला, मतलब लाइक दैट कॉन्सुलर एक्सेस वाज प्रोवाइडेड. देन कतारी कोर्ट प्रोनाउंसेस डेथ सेंटेंस टू ऑल ऑफ देम October 26. Then what are India's options now? Pursue legal appeals in the case, resolve the case diplomatically, political intervention at the Prime Minister's level to request a pardon, build an international campaign to appeal for clemency. So these are the options that are available before India, okay, they have mentioned in this case. So we can read it, let's say, like, you know, in detail, but like, you know, here that Vienna Convention on Consular Relation means like Qatari government, they have given access to the people, and like, you know, Indian diplomats have interacted with them, and after interaction they might have got the information, maybe, okay. So it is an ongoing issue that like we need to see that how it turns out in future. So that's the thing. So that's all from my side. Vijay Lal has written something. Sir, India can approach International Criminal Court like in the case of Kulbhushan Jadhav in Pakistan. Definitely, like, you know, in case of Kulbhushan Jadhav was not being given this diplomatic or consular access. That's why Indian government has reached, let's say, International Criminal Court. In case of Qatar, they have given access to, let's say, access to the Indian diplomats to meet those people. But the thing is, like, you know, there can be other issues also for which like India can approach. But like, you know, whatever options are available for India, these are mentioned also. We can pursue legal appeals in the case in Qatar. Then we can resolve the case diplomatically. I mean, like, diplomatically we can talk कि हाँ ठीक है इन लोगों को छोड़ दो, like we can do something in exchange for you. Then political intervention at the Prime Minister's level to request a pardon. कि हाँ Prime Minister ने बात कर लिया उनसे, like that. Build an international campaign to appeal for clemency. मतलब international appeal वो करो कि हाँ मतलब like, you know, reduce the death sentence to some other thing. हाँ, like that. Okay. So that can also be an option. Like, we need to go into the details of the case. We need to understand. Even the detail is not available in the public. Okay, that's the thing. Yeah. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, Vijay Lal, for participating. Thank you so much. So that's all from my side for the day. And I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.